Magnus, what's with Magnus's style? He got a haircut, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's still going for this like nerdy hammer look. I think people were very seriously suggesting that this hairstyle was inspired by his undying admiration for Jan
Ludwig.
For Jan
You think
Ludwig,
he went to such extents to troll Jan Ludwig as to radically alter his look?
It was a suggestion. I don't know how true that is.
And he's playing another trollish line.
Yeah,
this is the Kuprejcik?
Yeah, I think it's the Kuprejcik.
It's like a worse version of the Najdorf, right?
Sort of, yeah. And also, I think both of them were Belarusian, both Verisov and Kuprejcik. Kuprejcik definitely, but Verisov I think as well is a Belarusian chess player. So maybe there is a Belarusian theme to what Magnus is doing.
Has he been working with
the Zhigalko brothers?
Yeah, I was thinking, which is the stronger Zhigalko? Sergei is the stronger one, right?
I think
because
so.
I keep getting it wrong. Apologies to the Zhigalko family. Because I have lost to both of them, I believe.
Things happen. And this actually now is a direct transposition to the Najdorf.
Right, because you go a6,
yeah, because a5 is now played in one move. Bishop e6 is played in two, but a5 is played in one move. So this is directly...
Can we show people that? Will you manage?
Sure. a6, f3, e5, or bishop e3, knight b3, bishop e6.
Don't confuse me, just tell me the moves.
Yeah, bishop e3, bishop e7, queen g2. They normally castle here, so it's a slightly different position. They normally play a5 here, not on a previous move, but it's a similar position. Well, this will not happen because Vishy has the option of not castling queenside, and he's taken that option. I'm a bit curious though. If I take and go knight b4, white has to go c4, and if black manages to trade off the dark square bishops in these structures, black is just generally sort of already fighting for advantage. So I'm not entirely sure just how much I like what Vishy is doing. Like
Magnus surprised. Takes with the bishop?
Yeah, I would start by takes knight b4, which I think forces c4. You don't want to give up this central pawn for none. I mean, in some lines you do, but not here, I think. So white goes c4 and knight d7. I can't get... It might be a problem to play knight d7, b6 and knight c5, because after b6 white might take on d7 and on b6. But I would still start with knight d7, followed maybe by f5. But if black does manage to place the knight on c5 after playing b6, I just pick black. It's much easier to play with black. The bishop on b5 looks fantastic, but it does not a lot.
Also looks like he's trapped outside of his own pawn chain, which is probably better than being trapped inside, but he still can't get back.
Yeah, Magnus starts with b6. Vishy castled, and now there's this issue that you need to calculate whether. Yeah, he decided not to calculate if you don't have to, and yeah, that makes perfect sense. Generally, white's only source of play is something connected with the f4 break. Fabi in these structures famously goes g4, but I think that it's very, very important to have the bishop somewhere around e2 or c2 squares for that to work, because you need to control the counterplay on the king side.
Also, Fabi has like 0 out of 1,000 against the Najdorf, so maybe he's not the man to follow him.
Not in this. No, I think in these structures his record is very, very good. I think he was the first one who showed this idea existed, and I think he has very decent results with it. And people have started taking this up as well, so it's...
He also mentioned last time I brought this up to him that it's not true. He's won his last 6 or 7 games, but he used to have a very bad score against the Najdorf. What's going on here? Egalite? Is white better? I don't understand.
Well, I think, once again, this is not the usual structure, because usually black is forced to take with the d-pawn. And there white generally, these days, wins some of those games. In particular, I think Jan Nepomniachtchi won a very nice game against Boris Gelfand in Zurich. A very instructive game where he continued piling on pressure on both sides. But with the pawn chain as solid as this is, you just need to pay attention to bishop takes before c takes before c5. That's the only break white has.
He's just indicated he's not planning to do it instantly.
Not instantly, yes. So you would probably go something like rook c8 and then start aiming for f5, bishop f6, or the immediate f5.
Can you do it now?
Well, you can definitely consider doing it now, and I would be interested, because I think
bishop king h1. Yeah,
bishop king h1, but well, I mean, if black starts actually expanding on the king side, you're not going to like it very much. In particular, with the bishop on b5 completely dead. Yeah, and after bishop f6, I'm very surprised by Vishy seemingly ignoring this idea. I would just go rook c8 now, for instance, for black, and okay, he's finally done it, and I'm also surprised that Magnus decided not to stop it, because that really is the only, and yeah, a4 kind of shows that this is the one active idea white had, but at least now white will have a passed pawn on a6.
So show here c5 takes d6 and all
Now,
that. White is very much in
yeah,
business.
that's extremely unattractive, and that could have been stopped by playing, let's say, rook c8 and move 21, but we don't have to return to that. Now the bishop on b5 is actually kind of relevant, because
bishop c6, a7.
Black would very much like to control the e8 square. You can also go for like rook f3, rook d3 and try to sack this exchange on e3. Once again, because e8 is covered by the bishop on b5, but that might run into some rook takes b5 ideas.
b3? What's going on?
I think once again he's playing against the ideas of rook takes b5 in some positions.
I just want a bishop c6 and push my pawn. Rook f7.
Yeah, I don't think you will get
bishop b7.
Yeah.
Take.
Yeah. It's a weird position because both sides will find it hard to progress from the sort of make further progress from the position they already have. But you probably fancy black will have an easier time than white doing something, because the pawn on e3 is a much bigger thorn in white's side than the pawn on a6. The pawn on a6 is more or less neutralized because
distraction.
Yeah, the rook on the 7th controls a7, and you can't ever play rook a1 after you played b3 because the bishop.
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised that he was happy with blitzing on b3.
Yeah, and
Magnus seems thrilled to give an exchange here. You have to make sure it's not equal after white gives.
Yeah, I'm surprised by rook b6 because he kind of committed himself. Now a7 is such a huge threat that he kind of committed himself to giving this exchange. You could go rook e8.
No,
to wait for. But
he
does play it. I wonder if he wants to go rook e7 and go into the pawn endgame, but that probably just loses.
Vishy, of course, gives the exchange back instantly.
Yeah, this is the position where you can go rook e7, and he already didn't. So this probably is a draw. Rook e6.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Rook a3.
Everything will get traded. Or you can also just pass because the king just never crosses the e file here. Right?
Just go g4, king g3.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks fairly safe for white. And black.
Can white think? No, I made a draw already. Alright, that gives us the chance to switch to a game of your choice. Or choosing.
Can we briefly just have a look? I think it's the... well, Wesley is already completely winning, so there's no point watching that.
Oh, sorry.
Well, yeah, I mean, we can watch the ending of that game, but yeah, the game is effectively over. Yeah.
Against the reigning Blitz world champion, Sergei Kayakin.
Yeah, but I think in this tournament, I mean...
It's a lot of world champion talent.
Yeah, finding the fish at that table is...
Fabiano is supposed to be the fish here, even though people have started disapproving of that theory.
Yeah, I don't think that's true at all. And let's look at this. And there were some drastic developments in that game.
I'm saying that because Fabiano for a long time had at least a reputation, but also a rating that was not up to his usual style of play in Blitz. But recently his rating has caught up.
Yeah, I don't really understand why he didn't play e5 there. I don't think he needed to give up
this
piece. Yeah, maybe you did, yeah. But even, I'm not sure. But once again, okay, that's... Yeah, I think they're both probably down to really not a lot of time here, because there seems to be a surprisingly high randomness factor to what's going on the board.
They're playing 3+2, right? That's pretty much the official time control.
Yeah, I think this is 3+2. This now is probably very close to equality.
GF is white winning?
Yeah, maybe even...
Boom.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
Queen d5, bishop d5. King.
Yeah, king g3, g5. Well, you could play yourself into difficulties. Yeah,
I 5 mistake.
Yeah,
queen c7.
But on the other hand, you're probably threatening mate on the other side of the board. Okay, queen f7. Yeah, it looks like Fabi will emerge.
Fabi tricked him.
Yeah, Fabi will emerge on top from this. Yeah, this looks... Yeah, he can pick up all these pawns with checks. Yeah, queen g6 just wins on the spot. And queen g8 f6. And yeah, this is going to be a win for... Whoa, mate.
Checkmate next move.
Did not miss mate in 2 as I did. So well played by Fabi, who lost the first one, we think, yeah.
I can't remember things that were like minutes ago.
Yeah.
He did lose the first one to Kayaki.
Yeah, I wanted to do my thing of creating a pen and paper cross table, but
Please.
I was too late, and now I don't have neither pen. I have neither pen nor paper. Trying to be more correct with my grammar. So
All games done so?
Decently large amount of draws in this round. Vishy drew with Magnus. Anish drew with Kramnik. Levon drew with whoever it was Levon played. If you scroll a bit, I can tell you who that was. And apparently there is no one on two out of two already, which is somewhat surprising because you normally get someone who wins the first two games. Yeah, Hikaru drew Levon and Wesley beat Karyakin. So there's a great number of people on 50%, including some who won the first one and lost the second one, and vice versa. One player in plus and one player in minus, which is really stunning.
Amazing parity in this field.
Yeah, not that we don't know that this is a very, very close field, but in a Blitz tournament with only 2 rounds, you don't really expect